right, fire away.
Steve, you guys pulled this one out in overtime. What did it take there to get that one today?
Yeah, when you've got control of the game towards the end in regulation and then lose it in that fashion, you worry how the guys are going to respond. I mean, they kind of had a shell-shocked look on their face when they were coming over to the huddle, but like we're trying to pump them back up there and just didn't know how we would respond, and certainly we did. I thought we opened the second half the right way. Okay, came out of the halftime and immediately built a 5-point lead in the overtime immediately. Got an and one, got another bucket, got some stops. So really proud of the way they handled that. Obviously, we should have closed that thing out in regulation. There was a few mistakes made down the stretch. We generally like to have a timeout there, and wasted one on a call that I had a whole bunch of players were pretty sure that the tray was not out of bounds. So I used a challenge, I guess. Some of you know how I feel about that anyway, but came back to burn us. So, but no, guys showed toughness, grit, the right stuff there. They even though they were shell shocked, man, as soon as that ball went up, it was tossed up for the overtime, we made the plays we needed to make.
Was there something different about the offense in that overtime period? It was maybe the most productive stretch of the game in terms of points per possession.
Well, there's a couple possessions right away. Trey got an and one the first possession. Then the second possession, just our size was such a big deal. We ran a little set, didn't really work. But all of a sudden, Trey was right underneath the basket. Carl was in the corner and threw it to him. They had a 6'4" guy guarding him, and so our size paid off in that case right there. So now we didn't do anything drastically different. Down the stretch, obviously, there was a lot of Christian Tucker with the ball in his hands. They were staying home. They were staying home on guys on the perimeter. Our bigs were doing a good job of picking. We didn't hit the roll guy very often. Right, but the roll guy just wasn't committing to the ball handler much, and that's why Tuck was able to get that penetration. Throughout the night, those opportunities were there, and we just did a better job. Christian's got a real knack for drawing fouls. He's got good speed, good feel for all that. So down the stretch, it was a lot of that, certainly. And then in overtime, Trey came up big.
How'd you feel about how Christian handled that role? It's kind of the first time in his career he didn't necessarily go to that.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. It really wasn't. He's been awfully good all year. He took a big step from his freshman to sophomore year. All right, he's taken a big step in the off season. The fact that he is one of our few returners gave him a little more comfort, maybe even in June and July. Gave him some leadership opportunities with this group. He's been really good. We came out of those exhibition games talking about he's a guy that very easily right now could lead us in minutes. In the early portion of the season, just because he's getting things done. He's got good speed. He finds people, with the ball in his hands. So I wasn't surprised. And we always felt like he was going to be a guy that could have a chance to shoot close to 90% from the line, and did a pretty good job with that tonight.
This was your 100th win here at UTSA. What does it mean to you to reach that milestone?
Well, it's glad it happened tonight and not later. I didn't really even realize that. We loved our experience here. Had some fun groups. Last year's group didn't get the results that we wanted, but they kept fighting all the way till the end. It was one of the most enjoyable groups I've ever been around. So I guess if you see that number, you start reflecting immediately on the players, and the guys we've had in this program. What we've been able to build with our culture, on and off the court. I think we've represented this department in a very first-class fashion. We've had a bunch of high-character kids that have done a great job for us. So, I'm glad it happened tonight and not next game or the game after that.
Do you think this is kind of what the offense is going to look like, piecing it together, 5 guys in double figures?
I think it can be different guys, different nights, and I think most of the guys sitting in that locker room are comfortable with that. The first half 3-point number was a little shocking, disappointing. The percentage in the first half, we don't have to rely on one or two guys to take the majority of those shots. So I do think different nights, different guys can step up. I think it would be more common to have, 4 or 5 or 6 guys right around double digits, and instead of one with 25 and a bunch of guys with 4 and 6. So I think we'll spread it around. I think different guys, different nights. Stuck with one group for a long stretch there down the stretch. But that wasn't because we didn't trust those other guys. Chandler did some good things for us in the ball game. Nazar's been terrific up to this point. He didn't get quite as many minutes. Masal's done a good job. So it wasn't a lack of trust. We've got about 10 guys we feel really good about right now, and just it might be 4 or 5 different ones Friday night. So we'll just try to read the situation and go with the guys who are getting the results.
Steve, I wanted to ask, did you realize before tonight that your team, just kind of as a group, had this much grit in them? I mean, the first half, when things were going so wrong with your offense, nobody could hit a shot. The guys on the other end were playing so hard defensively. Were you surprised that you guys had that kind of resolve like that? Because the exhibitions were blowouts, and we saw a completely different look. But tonight they kind of dug down and.
That was the hope, was that we would build a defense, build an identity on the defensive end that would give us a chance to hang in ball games like tonight, where I thought we got quality 3-pointers early in the game and just we weren't knocking them down. I thought we attacked the paint. I thought we put the pressure on the defense. We beat them to the bonus. We were driving it, and they blocked shots, and we didn't finish at the rim, and so that was frustrating. But our defense was really good. We didn't turn the ball over. That's the other thing people aren't talking about a lot right now. We did a heck of a job of taking care of the basketball. That's one of the 4 things we've been preaching. Is value that basketball. We did that tonight. But yeah, if your defense is going to be there, you count on that. Then you can weather a stretch. You can't have bad offense for 40 minutes, but you can weather a first half like we did tonight. Came back out, and the second half was a little better. We found a way to win. So.
Offense in the first half, do you think you guys was it just pressing?
I told the guys in the locker room after the game that I felt like I didn't help them calm down. I didn't think we were taking bad shots. I liked the open threes early. I liked all of the shots at the rim. I just felt like we had. Do they still do shot charts? If there was a shot chart, that thing's going to be just circle after circle after circle, 3 feet from the basket, 2 feet from the basket, layup after layup, after drive, and we were attacking. We just didn't convert. So I like that mentality that we weren't settling. I did look at the numbers at halftime. I don't have them in front of me, but I know we weren't taking hard mid-range shots. Everything was a 3 or at the rim. We just didn't convert.
Mm-hmm. What was it that transpired in the second half that freed things up a little bit for the offense?
Yeah, well, Dante early in the half, got down in there, and Drew finally was able to see. I think we were more aggressive going into the bodies. It's very difficult to take charges right now. We played 2 exhibition games and a real game. We have not drawn a charge yet, and we've tried multiple times. As defenders in there, the good defenders are going to just go vertical. You still have to go in there and just ram into them and find a way to draw the foul. If you don't get the foul, we did a combination. We got some shots blocked. We pulled back away from the shot blocking and shot weak shots. Some of it was guys that hadn't been doing a lot of that were getting down in there. I was glad that they were getting down in there, but you can't make that play, then you kick it out. We didn't get the multiple drive kicks that you saw maybe in the exhibition games. But it was an aggressive mindset.
Steve, your teams have generally limited turnovers really through your tenure here. Is it especially important this year when you don't have like an elite shooter or an elite scorer who you can move?
Yeah, it's always important. We've got some key guys that we needed to see them value the ball. We got some guys that are a little loose with it. Some of our guys that can make terrific plays. We're trying to encourage those singles, that's right, instead of the home run plays. If we go single-digit turnovers and do a better job on the boards, defend like we did tonight, then we'll have a chance a lot of nights. And again, you can weather some bad shooting. It was really good to see Trey step up there and knock down free throws as well. He was good for us tonight. But if we keep those single-digit, that's the pace we typically play. We're going to have some nights where it's going to be 12 or 13, but man, single digits is terrific.
I was going to ask if you thought you might get out and run a little bit more than you ended up seeing in this game, or is it about where you expected?
No, we wanted to. Yeah, we wanted to, and just didn't get in that rhythm. I thought the first half, when there was an opportunity to pitch it ahead, we pitched it ahead. It certainly wasn't a situation where we were turning guys down. Just never really got that. It was kind of an ugly game. They were committed to getting those switches and getting down in there and crab dribbling and post up, kind of bully ball. They muddied it up and gave them a chance, and credit to them. Yeah, I'd like to see a little more free flowing, a little more pitch it and drive it, multiple drive kicks. That didn't happen tonight. We had to find a way to win a little differently. I can't let you turn those off without saying, what a crowd. I mean, phenomenal. I don't hear anything. When the game starts, I don't hear anything. So you guys were commenting on the noise. But just looking, I was thrilled to all the people that stepped up and made that happen. I mean, that for first game, all right, that was terrific. Both sides. So thank you to everybody that showed up. We can play better. We will play better, but we appreciate everybody being there tonight.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you.
I would ask you about the officials.